It was very well documented that the last season Ferrari started off looking very promising, and it just got worse as the season progressed. Many people believed that the issues were there for everyone else to see, and if they were able to fix them, they would be able to win a world championship. However, as we already know, so far this season, that dream and goal of the team winning their first world championship since 2007 is pretty much over, and we are only just getting started for this season. It looks like they've made no progress at all and gone from winning P2 in the constructor standings last season to this season, and then having a high possibility of dropping all the way down to P4. Unless in the second half of the season the team can make a dramatic comeback. It does look very bad for them, going from winning races last year at the start of the season compared to the start of this year, where they would take a podium happily. Yes, they have had some bad luck, especially in Australia when Stroll crashed into Leclerc to take him out of the race and penalty on Sainz, which people say was very harsh. Overall, it does look like Ferrari may already have a crisis on its hands, and they will have to solve it quickly if they want to even get onto a podium. In this video, we will be talking about how this season's car is just not good and how it compares to others around them, how the team has low morale, and finally about how Leclerc could possibly leave the team if it doesn't get any better anytime soon. Let's get straight into it. To start off with, we are going to take a deep dive into how this year's Ferrari car actually is and how it compares to the like of Mercedes and Aston Martin, who are all fighting for P2 in the championship. For much of the 2022 season, Ferrari was the clear second best team, but this was due to them not upgrading the car as they were focusing more on this year's car, but that has clearly not worked out for them at all. Red Bull has gotten even quicker whilst Ferrari has stayed the same, so they are out of the fight for wins for the time being, unless they can make some major changes at the factory. The main battle for Ferrari is between Aston Martin and Mercedes, who both look better than Ferrari at this moment in time. But the car is the reason that Ferrari is somewhat in a mini crisis right now, and it's because the pace is not what it's expected to be, that's for sure. Before the season even got underway, there was a rumour going around that Ferrari in the simulator believed that the car was a second quicker than last year's. Well, this clearly was not the case, because the Scuderia hasn't even gotten on the podium yet this season, which is down to some bad luck, of course, but it's also some self-inflicted stuff too. The engine was a major talking point in 2022, and Ferrari themselves said that they were going to change them for this year and make them better and more reliable. Well, in the first race in Bahrain, Leclerc had an engine failure, which also subsequently meant that he had to take an engine penalty in just the second round of the season, which is not an engine capable of winning you a world championship in Formula 1. The raw pace of the car is also just not there in the race, as it once again like in 2022. The tyre degradation is a little better, but they are just better over one lap than a whole race distance. As you can probably tell, they have just not made any improvements from last year, whilst everyone else has gotten quicker. So it will be a tough season for Ferrari unless they bring in some very good upgrades soon. Right now, Aston Martin and Mercedes are better teams all round and have a better package than Ferrari do at this moment in time. As we know, very soon in Baku, we will see if the upgrades that most teams will probably bring will change anything. But if you are a Ferrari fan, you would hope it moves them ahead of Mercedes and Aston Martin as they look to recover from their poor start to the season. What do you think about Ferrari so far this season? Have they been unlucky, or has the car just not been good enough? Let us know what you think in the comments below. On to our next topic, and which is regarding how the team morale is low at this moment in time, and that could be hurting them a lot. Last season, there was a lot of talk about Binotto and how his leadership hurt the team. Well, he of course is gone now, but with Vasseur coming in and has made some changes, he has already been much more honest in the media in saying that they have a crisis and they need to change, which could be seen as good as it is better than what Binotto did and just lied to the team. Vasseur is being more open about the issues which could spur on the team to try and improve it, but could also put them down and make them unhappy. With Ferrari not winning a championship for so long, there's a lot of pressure on them from the Italian media, especially as there was some confidence in winning the title this year, but it's over. The team seem to be feeling that they have so many people from the outside wanting them to perform, but maybe they just cannot handle it like they will be able to all those years ago under Schumacher. The drivers also will be putting pressure on the team to improve and asking questions about why the car is not where they expect it to be at this moment in time. When you see the drivers and Vasseur doing interviews, you can see on their faces and how they answer questions that they are not happy at all, and that does not make the vibe around the team look good. And it could massively hinder their performances and how they work. But of course, we do not work for Ferrari, and they could be happy for all we know, but this is not how they expected to start the season, that is for certainty. On to our final topic, about Ferrari's crisis and how everything is just going wrong right now. One major thing is hanging over them, and that is Leclerc's contract. He signed a pretty outstanding 5-year deal back in 2019 that not many people saw coming, and is due to end at the end of the 2024 season. He wants to stay at Ferrari and fulfill his dream of winning a world championship with the team, but the ball is now in Ferrari's court. They have to be able to provide him with the car to be able to challenge for the championship, or they have to show him that the plan is there to do so. They must, in 2024, be able to give him a good car or show him that they are in the right direction, so he will sign on the dotted line for an extension. Leclerc is one of the best drivers on the grid, and he is still very young at the age of 25 as we write this. So he has a long way to go in his career, but he wants to achieve his dream for his late father. He has a lot of love for Ferrari and wants to stay. But if Ferrari continue being this poor compared to their standards, he will have to leave the team for a competitive car. He cannot stay around for his whole career fighting for a couple of wins a season, maybe because it's not what his talent deserves at all. If the opportunity comes to go into a Red Bull or another team who has a title winning car, he may take it, but it all depends on the rest of this season and next year. He may sign a new contract with the team, or he could wait it out and maybe a big team give him a massive offer that he cannot reject. This was the season where they could build on the last year's car, but Ferrari has done the opposite, and Leclerc does not look happy whenever you see him, if we're being honest. I guess we'll have to see in the coming months if Leclerc wants to sign another long-term deal at Ferrari, or will he put his career and championship aspirations over a winning title. I guess we will have to wait and see in the coming months if Leclerc wants to sign another long-term deal at Ferrari, or will he put his career and championship aspirations over winning a title for his dream team. Only time will tell. Thank you so much for watching this video, and make sure that you hit that like button and subscribe for more videos just like this one.